Today, learning opportunities to sharpen your pathology skills. Plus, Dr. Ashley Gachoko with a message for pathology residents. Coming up on the Path News Network. This is the Path News Network Daily Edition, powered by the College of American Pathologists. I'm Daphna Farkas. It's Wednesday, August 27th. Here are the latest headlines. Advance your expertise in breast cancer diagnostics with the CAP's Multidisciplinary Breast Pathology Virtual Workshop. You'll earn up to 22.5 CME credits while learning the latest in HER2 testing guidelines and molecular analysis. You'll also engage with faculty in solving challenging cases. Together, they're designed to improve accuracy in diagnosis and patient care. This interactive workshop is led by experts in pathology, oncology, radiology, and surgery. You'll complete 6 online self-paced courses that prep you for the live virtual workshop, which takes place November 3rd through 5th. Register now in the show notes. Speaking of professional opportunities, learn current practical approaches to diagnosing head and neck cases through the CAP's interactive surgical pathology live-streamed webinar. This case-based approach replicates the diagnostic and problem-solving processes pathologists use on a daily basis. Go to the show notes to register for the August 28th session. Forensic science is examined in detail in a new publication, Forensic Pathology, Principles and Pitfalls, written by Dr. Joseph Prallo and Dr. Aaron Brooks. This comprehensive resource offers evidence-based, practical approaches to complex challenges and includes full-color photos. Get your copy by clicking the link in the show notes. And finally, pathology residents looking to develop their careers and build a professional network should register now for the CAP's free Fall Residents Forum meeting. Dr. Ashley Gachoko chairs the CAP Residents Forum and is a resident at Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center. She joins us to tell us about the event. What can pathology residents expect from the Fall Residents Forum meeting?
So we have a really exciting day of programming planned for Saturday, August 12th. We'll be kicking things off with our joint session with the HOD, and that will focus on exploring workforce issues in pathology. How do we address them? This is obviously relevant to trainees coming out and looking for their first jobs. So I'm really excited for that. I'll be co-moderating that session. And we'll additionally have a mentorship in motion session, which is kind of going to be a networking-based period of time for medical students and residents to just talk to each other and essentially allow for exchange of ideas, ways to improve your program, things like that. And additional sessions we'll have in the afternoon include from ideas to impact, empowering residents to drive change in their program. So kind of continuing that conversation, we'll have panelists that include residents who might have undergone the unionization process recently, program directors who listen to feedback from their trainees and successfully implemented changes in their programs. I'm really excited for that. And then finally, we'll have a session titled From Residency to Real World, Navigating Your Path to Practice. So, in training, you may be in one kind of an environment and not have that exposure to pathologists in different settings like community settings or industries. And navigating that transition can be daunting in terms of applying to jobs, preparing your CV, having everything in order to help you get the type of position that you want coming out of training. So that's what that session will be focusing on.
What advice do you have for new residents that you wish someone had given you?
Stay confident in your own abilities. You've worked hard to make it here and you have the capability and you're going to be an excellent pathologist. I think a good piece of advice is to keep in mind ways in which you can expand your network throughout your training. So that kind of starts, at the level in your program, seeking out mentors who are senior residents or attendings that you admire. But it also involves kind of branching out and attending a CAP meeting and getting to know people who are in the field of your interest, whose career paths have set an example for something that you would like to pursue yourself, pushing yourself, and it's just as simple as attending a meeting. Our CAP community is so welcoming and eager to mentor and get to know you as a trainee and your goals and get you involved in the CAP and help you get to where you want to go in your career. So I would say early involvement and just attending a CAP meeting, make that a goal for at some point during the course of your residency, and you won't regret it.
Many residents are now stepping into new roles. What advice do you have for residents on how to navigate the transition from training to practice, other than attending the residents' forum meeting, of course?
Personally, I can speak. I'm on the precipice of this now in my last year of training, and it's a daunting time, studying for boards, sending out job applications, and really thinking critically about what you want the next steps of your early career to look like. And, the Residence Forum is great because we have programming that addresses, medical students all the way up to residents in their final year of training or who are in fellowship looking at those next steps. So I think the programming that we have planned for the fall will really be helpful to those people in particular, but really a lot of people on the spectrum of where they are in their career journeys. I think the resources that the CAP offers new in practice trainees as well, they're really, really rich. And it's a daunting time, but I think the CAP does a really good job and excels at supporting new in practice pathologists.
That's all for today. Be sure to watch your email inbox for more news like this in the CAP's Advocacy newsletter every Tuesday and our weekly edition newsletter every Thursday. Listen here again tomorrow at 5 a.m. Eastern Time for another episode of the Daily Edition. Also, get the news delivered to your podcast app each morning by subscribing to this show. I'm Daphne Farkas. Have a great day.